Ho, 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 motherfuckers. It's Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we got another big show for you tonight. It is actually, if you combine our Wednesdays and Thursdays, this is the 100th episode of your boys, Mike and Mish. What do you think about that, Mike?
Well, that's awesome. It's
We
insane, really, to think about it. And to be honest, there's even more shows because we did like specials and stuff. So this is the 100th.
This is a big night for us. It is Christmas Eve. As you can see, Mike and I dressed for the occasion tonight. Mike has that Macy's photography background behind him. I threw a little festive shit behind our heads here. Put a little snow, threw a sport coat on because we got one half of the main event, January 29th at BKFC Jackson. Elvin Brito coming on in a second, followed by a female fighter out of Cage Wars MMA that everybody loves, Logan Weaver. She'll be fighting for the second time January 21st following Elvin. So we got kind of a big show. What do you think, Mike?
I think it's fantastic. I love the festivity, the festive feeling we have here for Christmas Eve on the 100th show.
It's actually Festivus.
It's Festivus is definitely what it is. And
there could be an airing of the grievances tonight.
Well, I have one grievance real quick, if I may.
Yes.
People, ugly Christmas sweaters in the likes, right? I noticed in the last couple of years that people start getting sweat shirts with print on the front of them, and they call them ugly Christmas sweaters. It is not. That is not a sweater. It is a sweatshirt with a print on it. You need to get some knit shit from your grandmother or something. That's the real type of thing. That's the real ugly Christmas sweater. You know, I enjoy the other ones. They're funny, but they're not sweaters. So think before you step.
Yeah, you lazy
Come correct.
You lazy non-Christmas people, whatever the fuck, stew nods. I don't know. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's fine. But you know what? We like this shit, and I like giving gifts to my kids. So tomorrow's a big day. Saturday's even bigger, but tonight is fucking huge, man. Tonight's huge. Let's go ahead and bring our first guest on for the evening. Joining us at 10:05 p.m. because he's in Puerto Rico and he don't play this daylight savings shit. I fucking wish I was there. Here he is, Elvin, El Bandito, Brito. What's happening?
What's going on, brother?
Yo.
Dude. Last time we talked to you, you were not in a title fight. This time we talked to you, you're in a fucking title fight, my friend. How does this feel?
Whoop,
yeah,
whoop.
It feels great. It feels great. It's funny because like my manager called me and he's like, man, I was so excited. I was crying, man. He's like, hey, he tells me, he's like, I got this title fight for you. And I was like, all right, cool. All right, thanks, man. I'll call you later. Hang up, They called me back later. He's all upset. He's like, man, why weren't you excited? Like, I was like, bro, I've been training for a title fight already. Like, I'm ready to go. So, I already had a feeling that this already happened. So I've just been preparing myself, and I really haven't stopped training. So I'm ready to get on there.
You think this is long overdue, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
And you're fighting a familiar foe. You guys have fought once before.
Yep. Kaleb, he's been working hard. He's been getting some of his wins, and right now we're the best guys in our division. What's his name? There's Joe Elmer's not here, so and we all want to be the champion. I want to be the champion. I want to get my belt. Kaleb wants to be the champion, and if you want to be the champion 165, you got to beat me. So he has to beat me to be the champion. So it would only make sense. He has, in the rematch. I'm ready. I'm ready for Kaleb. I know he's gonna be, he's gonna be training hard for him. It's gonna be a real big fight for him. He's gonna be at home, but I'm a Bandito, man. That's like I thrive in that kind of environment. I'm actually looking forward to it.
I wanted to ask you about the development of Kaleb Harris. Have you been impressed with the fighter he has become since you guys fought and he took the loss? He's looked better and better in each one of his fights recently, especially in his last one.
He's looking better and better. He's definitely been learning from his fight. He's one of those guys that he's a real bare knuckle fighter, so he just keeps getting better and better as he keeps getting experience. Just like Gab keep getting better. He looked great. His last fight against the hell is this guy's name? The boxer. Remember that guy's name?
Yeah, Mike. Go ahead.
What?
Mike remembers everything.
I remember everything. What do you?
Kaleb Harris's last opponent.
Oh man. Oh,
I don't know why. I had his name in my mouth and I forgot.
I know.
Like, damn it.
Well, he said I remembered everything, so that means now I'm not going to remember, right? That's the way it works around here. When someone calls you out,
his last opponent,
Now
but, I'm
Derek Finley.
What's
Derek
up?
Finley. Yeah. You and him both kind of did the same thing. You fought Julio Garcia your last fight. He was like supposedly like a decorated boxer as well, right? So you guys both went out there and fought decorated boxers in your last fights. Both look really good. What's that? Uh-oh.
Oh, he's frozen. Oh, no.
Derek Finley's a seasoned guy. Am I froze? I was wondering what happened. You hear me?
Yeah, there you are. Now you're moving.
Am I frozen?
This happens every time with you Elvin.
He was great for a while.
We can hear you, but you're chopping up.
Yeah, you hear me? I'm just gonna stand still then.
You know what I feel like you're in Canada. Last time I talked to Logan Weaver, we were having the same problem. Take note, Logan.
I always got some.
Now, so let's talk about this.
There's like a weird chop going on there. I could hear it.
It's got to be the Malo shirt.
Like I said, he fought Derek. He fought Derek Finley his last fight. And we both fought high level boxers our last fight.
Right.
Yeah. Did he freeze again?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my God, it must be.
You know what's funny too is because there he is. He's back again. It's funny because we talked to you for 15 minutes before the show. Perfect. Shit was perfect for 15 minutes.
There was no issue.
Yes,
No. Yeah. Am I back?
You're kind of back. You're kind of back. Let's talk a little bit about the. Yeah, you're back. You're back.
The fight.
The
fight. Let's talk. Fight. So we both fought two experienced fighters. Popping up again. What the fuck?
You're good.
No, keep going. You're good.
He fought. I fought Julio Garcia. Julio Garcia was IBF champion. OMB champion was 26-2. I didn't really get him. But he was
shit. Sorry, everybody. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties right now.
Elvin, we're losing you. We're losing you big time, dude.
You want me to leave and try to come back in?
Yeah, try that.
Yes.
Perfect. Do that. All right.
I was just watching a Bare Knuckle Freak before we came on live. Did you happen to catch that?
Oh, no.
He had Christine. Yeah, the Freak of the Week. He had Christine Faria come on and talk about today Britain going on the Bare Knuckle show. And I think he got her to admit that they were fighting at Knuckle Mania. I'm not going to lie. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but he asked her and she started talking about it. And then he went, wait, it's happening? And then she gave a smile that basically said yes, it's happening. But she was like, and you could tell she kind of was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to go back on that. And she was like, you got to wait for the poster to come out. And I was like, yo, I think she just admitted to that shit just now. So I don't know if anybody caught that, but not positive, but it seems like that might be happening at Knuckle Mania. So,
all right, let's go ahead and bring Brito back in here. Here we go. Mr. Brito.
Are we back? Are we live? Back? Are we live?
We're back. We are back. We are
Fuck
live.
it. Let's do it live.
All
right, so hey. Let's
back, right? We were talking about our fights. Oh, fuck. Bullshit, dude. That's fucking bullshit, dude. I get it. You hear me now? Okay. It's getting chopped. I'm sorry. I'm myself.
You're chopping up big time.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Actually, I know 100% know what's going on. There is some bad service going on.
All right.
Is there any way you have like a hardwired like computer?
Yeah, you're out in the mountain. Big Ben says you need to get to McDonald's and hop on their Wi-Fi.
No, I'm so shit right now.
Yeah, see, I know like for this show and
Wi-Fi.
What's that?
So particularly when I started doing the show, right, I was using the phone through Wi-Fi, and it would always like get choppy. So I started going like hardwire only because it would always fuck up on me.
I don't know one person. All right, can you hear us, Elvin? Can you hear us?
No,
I don't know. We might have to cut this one short and have to circle back with you on another day.
You guys hear me?
Yeah. All right. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Is you guys over there?
Nah, Elvin. Let's do this. Let's do this. We'll catch back up with you.
See if you can grab some better, see if you can find a better area, right? We can bring on Logan Weaver. We could talk to her for a bit and then maybe pull you in like 20 minutes to a half an hour.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple minutes. I'll try a different device or something.
Okay. All right, Elvin, we'll catch back up with you in a minute. All right, that's the guy, man. That's the guy. That's Elvin Brito.
I know. I was excited to talk to him.
We have a lot of people watching that want to hear him talk. He's the funnest dude in the world, the nicest guy in the world, and like Megan says in the comments, his laugh is contagious. You go down to one of the events where he's not fighting, just go down in the lobby and hang out with all the fighters, and all you hear is fucking Elvin somewhere laughing over there. Facing off with Big Ben. He's at the pool facing off with Big Ben. He's throwing fucking Planet Hank in the pool. You know what I mean? He's always having a good time. But
always. When we went to Orlando for Knuckle Mania, it was the very first time we ever covered an event live. We met him and he sat at the table and talked to us for like an hour. I feel like didn't even know who we were. He was just like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? You guys are here to cover the event." Blah blah blah. Next thing we know, we're just sitting there talking, and then he's like, "Why aren't we filming any of this?" We're like, "Because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. That's why." Yeah.
Because we're running before we crawl. Is basically what we're doing.
Pretty much. That's what we did.
Yeah, man. We jumped right in feet first and went fucking balls to the wall. Anyways, man. Hopefully he could find some better service. Why don't we go ahead and bring in our second guest of the evening? Yes. And maybe we can circle back with Elvin Brito. But she is making her second walk to the cage at Cage Wars 50, their 50th event on January 21st. Mike and Mish will be in the house, cage side, covering that shit. Can't wait. It's going to be our first Cage Wars event. Her name is Logan, the Law Weaver, and here she is.
Hi.
Oh, what's my up? God.
Good. First off, screw you for blaming that on me. I heard that. It's not my fault.
As soon as you popped in, everything went crazy. Unreal.
Last time we spoke to you up in Canada, you had that choppy Puerto Rican jungle service that Elvin has. So.
I did, but I was on a computer last time, and I'm on my phone this time, so we'll see if it makes a difference.
Oh my God, you're crystal clear and you sound great. This is awesome. So you are about to make your second trip to the Cage Wars cage, and you have yourself a fight. Is it Rachel or Rach Greenwood? What is it?
I don't know. Everything says Rach, but I don't know her. I'm unlike the stereotype. Canadians don't know everyone in Canada, so I don't actually know her.
Yeah, Rach Greenwood. Everything I see is just RACH.
Maybe that's either Rach.
Yeah, it's either short for Rachel or Ratchet. I don't know.
I'm not commenting.
That word is fresh in my mind because Misfit. I don't know if you know Christine Faria. She was going off about Brit and Hart calling her Ratchet the other day, and I hadn't heard that word in a really long time. I thought it was fucking hilarious. So.
It's a great word. It's underutilized, in my opinion.
Underutilized. All right. So What in the hell have you been up to since the last time we haven't talked since almost a year ago? You were fresh on the scene, but you have not fought since, right? So
No, yeah.
just
So
grinding, staying at it.
yes and no. So Canada, Ontario especially, we've been through like 3 or 4 different COVID lockdowns. So it really was irritating as shit. And I switched gyms as well after my fight. Just yeah, there was a lot of big changes, and then trying to figure out how to keep training when we're not supposed to. But we managed. So yeah, just kind of figuring out the new gym, getting to know my new team. I've been there for about a year now. And yeah, just really working on everything and getting, I mean, I was supposed to fight in August, but that fell through. And then, so I'm really hoping this one stays.
Now, you could look at like the pandemic as like a blessing and a curse at certain times, because like you might not have wanted all this time off, but maybe you had some extra opportunities to zone in on like certain aspects of your game that you thought you needed some work on, and like maybe you can like solidify your entire bag of tricks before you walk on the second one, right?
Yeah, that's really what I'm hoping for. So as frustrating as it was not to have any fights or the opportunity to fight, I mean, I know shows in New York State started like early summer, but the border was still closed. In August, I was supposed to fight in Watertown, but had managed to get like a special exemption. It was a whole deal. But with that being said, it did give me almost 2 years to improve on what I did in the first one and to improve on every skill that I have. It gave me a lot of time to focus on jiu-jitsu, which was great, and just to become even better in my striking. Obviously, long way to go still, but definite improvement. I feel different. I feel stronger. I feel more accurate. So yeah, it's been good and bad, but got to take the positive as much as possible. So.
You said you don't really know Rach Greenwood. Do you know anything about her? Is she more of a striker, more of a grappler? You don't even really know that?
So I creeped the shit out of her Facebook. That's about as far as I've gotten. It looks to me like she's mostly a striker. She trains out of a Muay Thai gym near Toronto, but she also posts the odd thing about doing BJJ. So quite frankly, I'm expecting her to be a striker, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything once you're actually in the cage. So my anticipation is that she's probably going to want to stand and bang, but I'm ready for anything, so it doesn't really matter.
So you're ready to stand and bang is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, always.
Are you are you a lawyer now, or you're still a paralegal? You're a paralegal, right?
Yeah, so I'm a paralegal. Yeah, it's in Ontario here. It's like a pseudo lawyer. Easiest way to describe it is an RN to a doctor. Can still do a lot of things, just not all the things.
So like if Mike got picked up for public urination or something like that, the lawyers would be like, Logan, take care of this fucking stunad, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I need a public defender. I cannot afford anyone. Please help me.
I don't know if my Ontario license translates into New York, but I can give you enough to get to bullshit your way through it. That's for sure.
Now, is the Christmas season like big up in Canada? I sound like I don't know shit about Canada, but do they go fucking nuts for it up there the way America does, with like lights everywhere and fake Santas all over the place and shit? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Christmas is huge here. I mean, I personally love Christmas. So I mean, if you could see right above me, my daughter literally taped cut out snowflakes above my bed, and I haven't even moved them because great. There's probably 30 or 40 of them. My house looks like Elf when he
Gimbals
takes over the department store. So, but yeah, I think Christmas is huge here. We love it. As long as we have snow, I think more people get angry when we don't have snow here than probably down in the States, but we love it.
Joe Ivy says, "Oh my God, Kyle, it's not another planet." I know it's not another planet. I just don't really know these things. All right, I'm not fucking really
Pretty
schooled up
close. Pretty close to another planet.
on Canadian culture. I don't know. How old is your daughter?
She's 11.
She's 11. Yeah. Are you guys do you guys still do all the Christmas stuff, or is she getting to the age where she's like, eh?
So we still do all the Christmas stuff. I mean, this is the first year she doesn't believe in Santa.
Okay, there you go.
And that's my own fault because she caught me being the tooth fairy and then figured out the rest of it.
So now you had to break the news on all of them. You're like, the whole gang is fake.
She was like, I watched you do that, so you're Santa. And I was like, yeah.
No, of course not. You know what, though? Guess what? She saved you from having to do Elf on the Shelf. I mean, it's your life is.
Thank God we're so
again, you know.
We were like past that when it started coming out anyway. So I was so happy for it. I see all my friends who have kids like 6 and under, basically for all of them, and just the stuff they send me on Snapchat, trying to get creative with it every day, and I'm like, I would forget to move it. And it would sit in the same spot and it would totally be ruined. So I'm glad I don't have to do it.
I did that just yesterday. I forgot to do it. And I also accidentally left out some wrapping paper stuff too, because I'm an asshole. So my 5-year-old came down and said, "Oh my God, what is that? I see LOL." And my wife was like, No. Your aunt sent something from Florida. Don't look in that bag. And then she goes, "Oh, and by the way, the elf is still in the friggin' tree over here." And she was like, "Oh, that's because one time a month she stays all night long to make sure you stay in bed." It's like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot.
Dude, a couple years ago when Jackson, he's 10 now. He was 7 or 6 at the time. I took him to the mall to like see the mall Santa to get a picture, and like all these people were in line, and he's like, "Why do we have to do this?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? You actually want to see Santa?" He goes, "Yeah, fine." He goes, "I know that's not him, so." Oh, Logan!
My cat knocked over my really ratchet phone stand.
Nah, so I said to Jackson, I was like, "What do you mean that's Santa over there?" He goes, "That's not him. I know he's fake." Okay. So he was like, so I guess we'll just do the picture. I was just like, man, I don't even know what to fucking say to him. I'm like, dude, he's real. He's real. Get it in your head. He's real.
Yeah. You're like, I swear. Like, then they don't believe you anymore. And then your life is over basically. Yeah.
So your fight is at a catchweight 130 against Greenwood. Is that something because it came up relatively short notice, and you guys just didn't fucking want to go down to 125 or 115, whatever you were doing before?
So they asked me to do 125 and I laughed. Because 125 is like the weight of one of my legs when I walk around. So I was like, absolutely not. That's not happening. And she wouldn't come up to 35. So basically my only option if I wanted to fight on Cage Wars was to come down to 130. So it's a bit of a bigger cut than what I would like. But there's pros and cons to that too. It means I'm almost guaranteed to probably have about 10 pounds on her when we step into the cage. And I mean, it's doable. It's so shitty that it's over Christmas right now and watching my kid eat like cookies and turtles and like everything. And I'm like, can I smell it? Like, it's like, can I just sniff it and then I'll be okay?
That is rough having to do a cut right during the holidays. All the fucking I swear to God, my wife, we don't ever have like cookies in the house. We don't. Like, she's very conscious about how much sugar and all this shit that she buys, like sugar-free shit all the time, and I hate it. I hate every minute of it, but it's like healthier in our garbage. House. This time of year comes around, it's like every fucking day for like a week and a half straight, she's baking cookies. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm baking cookies. I'm like, for who? She's like,
for Christmas time.
So it's Christmas. I'm like, who's going to eat all these cookies? We have 6 bins of cookies on the counter right now. What are they for?
Well, bring one of them to Cage Wars, and I will eat the entire thing as soon as I get out of the cage.
Well,
I learned how to make those peanut butter ones with the Hershey's Kisses in them. I made them last week for the first time, and they were delicious. I'm gonna make some tomorrow.
Mike's a domesticated island boy, a
I
Rhode
like to
Island
cook.
boy.
I'm a cook. I'm a baker. You know, I don't know. You know,
There you go.
I might just
Yeah.
quit the military and just become one of these fucking fancy bakers. Go on like Top Chef or something.
I was gonna say you could have your own. You could have your own show, like Cookie Boss or something.
Yeah, because I know how to make macaroni and cheese out of the box and some cookies.
Mike, sing your theme song to your baking show.
Oh, because I'm a Rhode Island boy and I bake some cookies. You know.
You know, that's the first time I've heard that. So I've managed to live as long as it's been out without ever actually watching or hearing that I'm an island boy. So I'm doing well in life, really.
Yeah, you are not missing anything. Those kids got fucking punked out at the Jake Paul fight the other night, which is fantastic. You know, they're like 112 pounds soaking wet with like 18-pound dreadlocks on their head. Together. They go around on everybody's show and try to pick fights with every host of every show that they go on. I would love to have them on here because we could clown the fuck out of those morons.
Yeah, but also maybe steal some of the viewers too.
Yeah, and maybe
there's that. Yeah.
So anyways, so what does Mike and Mish have to look forward to at a Cage Wars event? Tell us about a Cage Wars event, because we have no idea besides what we see in the ring. What's the after parties like? What's Cage? Go ahead.
Cage Wars is unreal, honestly. Like, I've been to a number of different promotions, and Cage Wars, the best way to describe it is a pro show with amateur fights. There's the ring is an old UFC ring. We have Dan Miragliotta, who's one of the refs. I can't say it. There's too many consonants in that last name. But he comes. He's one of the refs that does the show. The after party is unreal. So the venue is a combined hotel casino, which means you don't have to leave to go anywhere. So you walk down your hotel room and you're right in the venue already. It also means that the after party is right there, so you can stumble on home to the hotel room anytime.
Yeah,
exactly. It's wicked. The after party officially, it's usually at the bar in the casino called Van Slyck's. You'll notice it because it's where every fighter just congregates and we all stand there getting absolutely hammered after. Awesome. But there's a couple other restaurants and bars in the casino as well. It's a riot. The crowd is electric. I was down there watching the November 20th card that they just had. And there was probably like I don't know. I'm really bad with numbers. So this right off the top of my head, there's probably close to anywhere between 800 and 1,000 people in attendance.
Nice.
And it's people who just love to watch fights. Like, it's so much fun. I had a ticket. I didn't even sit in the crowd. I just stood, and you talk to people, and it's like, I would say it's like being at a hockey game here. You make friends with whoever's next to you. You end up drinking. You'll probably meet them for a drink at some point too. It's an absolute riot. Like, you guys are gonna have a blast, and the quality of it is great.
We had Corey Norman on, and the banter between him and Ben Field alone could probably be
makes it worth it.
Yeah.
They should have their own show.
Yeah, we love those kind of events. Like at the Twin Rivers Casino in Rhode Island, it's a smaller venue. They might put 600 to 800 people, maybe 1,000 people tops in there. But the same thing, you get yourself a ticket, you find yourself standing most of the event, having a cocktail, shooting the shit with the other people in the audience, and watching some really good entertainment in the cage. We're looking forward to it big time. We're looking forward to seeing you back in there. It's been a long time. So
I feel like the events are like a little more intimate, you know, like, cause you're there. There's not like this gigantic, like, you're not just somebody in like a 10,000,
seat arena
where you're just kind of in there, and it's a little smaller. So it is. I feel like it's a little more engaging. People are talking more. And also, speaking about Ben Field, I wanted to bring up is you might be able to see Ben Field dressed up, and you actually might be a part of it, dressed up in a little drag, maybe, I think, because Kyle beat him in I
bet him
a stupid bet that he did and we need someone to do his makeup, I think. So
hands down. He knows how to get a hold of me. He knows how to get a hold of me for that.
Do you know what the bet was? Do you know anything about this?
No, I don't.
This guy, I don't know what Ben smokes up there in Schenectady or wherever he lives. But he bet me that Lauren Murphy would beat Valentina Shevchenko for the 125-pound UFC title.
I think he was hoping that they wouldn't fight.
And the loser had to dress in full drag at the Cage Wars event in January. And I'm like, dude.
So he was smoking crack. He wasn't just smoking weed out there. It's what you're telling me.
I was like, bro, you don't believe that. I'm like, you do not believe Lauren Murphy could beat. I don't give a fuck. You are not on this planet if you think Lauren Murphy's going to beat Valentina Shevchenko. He's like, she's the dark horse of that division. I'm telling you, she's got the skill set. She's gritty, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, she's going to fucking die. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. Take that bet.
That was a perfect impression. Like, I really thought Ben had just taken over for a second, and then
that was Ben in a snowman suit top.
Yeah. In a snowman suit top and a toe the line t-shirt. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome to see you back in there, Logan. We're gonna have a speed round with you. Mike's got some fun questions, Christmas related. I think some, maybe not. Are they all Christmas?
Not all
related?
of them.
All right, let's do this. Let's get Logan Weaver to give us a quick Christmas speed round. Here we go. Numero uno. What are the top 3 songs in your playlist?
Oh my God, Christmas playlist or regular playlist?
Well, you can go either way. But I think it was more geared towards hyping you up.
So Middle Child by J. Cole for sure is on there. Icon by Jaden. That was actually my walkout song last time. And Anything by Eminem.
Wow.
Even the one with Dido?
Even Stan? Yes. I will fuck with Stan before a fight.
I've been listening to this song for 3 minutes and I haven't heard Eminem. It's like, oh, that's actually not the real version. That's the other version.
All right, number 2. Here we go.
What's your favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, hands down, no question.
Oh, did you get the sugar cookie?
I got the latest one that I actually just tried was the churro one.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
You haven't tried
the whole
the
box
holiday sugar cookie? And Mike, tell her.
I'm telling you, that sugar cookie one is off the meat rack. That shit is so damn good. It's only out during Christmas. I've been telling Kyle to get it for this is the 3rd year in a row. I tried to go on. You got it? Oh my God. I tried to go on Amazon and buy him a box in February of last year, and it was $25 for a box.
I don't even think it's in Canada. So when I come down to the States, hopefully it's out still and I can get it. Otherwise, because I really want to try it now.
We might have to buy a box right now if you want it to be around.
Box.
Be gone.
Yay!
All right, number 3. What kind of Christmas shopper are you? Last minute, Black Friday, or all year hoarder?
So last minute. In Canada, Black Friday is really not that big. So we don't really count that up here. Yeah, I'm definitely not an all-year hoarder. This year I did everything on Amazon because we were in isolation for a little while. So yeah, I would say it's usually last minute. I've been known to go out on Christmas Eve day.
Dude, I am the best Christmas shopper ever now. So Amy, because of the phone, Amy will be like, you know the Ugg boots that I have? They make these slippers. They make the slippers that are the same thing as the boots that I have. I would really like that. I'm like, oh, okay. Within 1 minute, within a minute, it is bought and my phone's back down. And I'm like, one gift out of the way. Amy's like, She might be watching this. Fucking Amy, turn the fucking show off.
She probably is watching.
Yeah, and then like, I want this. I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm the fucking best, man. I'm telling you.
That's what I did.
God bless Amazon. God bless Amazon.
I went on Amazon and I looked through all of my like siblings and my parents' Christmas list, and I was like, that one. Came in like 3 days, and I was like, yes, I'm done.
Order it wrapped, and you're even more of a boss. You want it gift wrapped? Click yes. Here we go.
Yep.
Number 4.
All right. Best and worst of each one of these things. Best and worst Christmas song. Best and worst Christmas movie.
So simultaneously, best and worst Christmas song is Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You." It is both the best and the worst. The best Christmas movie. Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. So I love Elf. I also love Christmas Vacation. And do not at me, but Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and I will literally fight anyone who disagrees with me. The worst Christmas movie of all time, I watched it once in the theaters and I refuse to watch it again, is Christmas with the Cranks. I hate it. So it's the only movie I think I've ever hated in my life. And it was that one.
I might have to actually watch it now. I don't think I've ever seen that, but I'll take your word for it. You know what song my kids play all the time that they absolutely love now? It's called Pennies from Heaven. Now, I'm not even sure if it's a fucking Christmas song, but it's in the movie Elf, and he's like, Pennies from Heaven, shooby dooby. That song, it plays, and the kids will be like, Echo, play Pennies from Heaven, and then they dance around the living room like some fucking crazy man. It's great. I'm not sure if it's a Christmas song, but I think it's my new favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. I introduced Kennedy the other day to Merry Fucking Christmas by Eazy-E, so there's also that one.
You're a great mom. All right, last question. What would you do if you found mommy kissing Santa?
Like mommy, or my mom?
Or I don't know. What would you do if you found yourself kissing Santa Claus? What are you doing?
Well, then you're welcome, Santa, first of all, if it's me. But if I caught my mom kissing, I would just be like, all right.
Put a sock on the door.
Yeah. Ew, Dad, you guys are 60. Gross.
All right. That's awesome. Logan, thank you for coming on the show. You were early, so you jumped on and you gave us an awesome chat. Shout out some people. Thanks some sponsors. We'll throw your sponsors at the bottom, and give us a little prediction if you want for January 21st.
Well, I'm not a gambler, so I don't predict. But I will say that my mindset is that we go in there, only one person's gonna win, and it's me. So there's that. But in terms of shout outs, I would love to thank my gym, Loyalist Martial Arts. I got the t-shirt on. The fight team there. We just love you guys. You guys have been amazing to both me and Kennedy. We love training with you guys. Highly recommend it. I would like to say thank you to my sponsors. We have Main Event Apparel, which I'm going to plug a little bit because they actually do my merch. So if you want to support me through my camp, please buy a t-shirt. You can find it on the Main Event Apparel website. You can get a Logan the Law t-shirt. Be super cool if you bought it because I'm really poor. But I also really like them because they actually promote all but 2 of their athletes are female. So it's super cool, female in combat sports oriented sponsorship. Gotta love it. I want to thank Spearhead Brewery in Kingston. Basically mine and my family's second home. We're there twice a week. We know everyone by name. They know what we drink. Huge support. There's a huge fan base there as well. Definitely have to thank them. And then Cloud 27 Design Co. Is actually a graphic design company that is run by my best friend's husband. He designed my logo that we're going to be using. He's super, super cool. If you need anything graphic designed, anything from interior house rendering to logos to everything in between, he's unreal at it. So definitely check them out. But yeah, that's who it is. And then lastly, I got to thank my family. yes, my kid's like, me. So yes, I have to thank my kid too for allowing me to be selfish for this. Got a big yes in the background there. I'm pretty sure everyone heard that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So she lets me be selfish during camp, and she understands, which is awesome. My family too, for my mom won't watch it, but she'll support me, and my dad will be there right behind the cage, giving me a big thumbs up and a smile as soon as I walk in. So just
let me
gotta
ask you
say
this
thank
real
you.
quick. What are your parents think, like, with you look like the everyday, like, you're a good looking girl, you're a paralegal, you went to law school, you did all this shit, and then all of a sudden you're fucking fighting people in a cage. How does your mom and dad feel about that? Are they okay with this, or are they like, why are you doing that, Logan? We sent you to college. What are you doing?
Well, they didn't. I paid myself for everything.
Okay.
But my dad loves it. He thinks it's the best thing ever. He's grown up, still plays hockey, played hockey his whole life. I mean, I think he was in his 50s, and I still watched him get into a fight at one of his hockey games. So he thinks that's the greatest thing in the whole world. Yeah, my dad's wicked. My mom is like the typical, like, oh, I'll support you, but I'm never gonna come watch it because I can't watch you get hit. But martial arts has been a part of my life since I was 7. So it's just part of who I am and what I've been doing my whole life, that I think it was natural for it to progress this way. And Ben, that's gonna happen. But yeah, so I mean, they're pretty typical about it. My siblings, I can't get a read on for the most part. I have 3 younger siblings. One of them thinks it's pretty cool. She probably won't ever come, and the other 2 have never talked to me about it. So who knows?
Awesome. So you got some support, and that's great. I mean, we're really looking forward to this fight. Looking forward to meeting you in person. We've talked to you a few times on the show now.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back on. Thank you for giving us a little bit of your time, and we will definitely catch up with you in Schenectady.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. It was great to be back, and I can't wait to meet you guys in person too.
All right. Hey, and
coming on
in 2 days from now, Christmas morning, make sure you turn Merry Fucking Christmas on as loud as it can go and bump Eazy-E to the rafters in your house on Christmas morning, right?
Yeah, it's actually the Arthur Christmas CD first, and then it'll be the Eazy-E. But yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you soon. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. All right. That was Logan Weaver. And we got Bandito back in the weight room. Let me get her sponsors off the screen here. And let's bring our first guest of the evening, who's now our third guest of the evening, Mr. Elvin El Bandito Brito, back on the scene. Here we go.
What's up?
Yeah.
I can't just have like a normal appearance, It's over here in the jungle. I coming in pretty clear right now, though.
No, you do. You look great.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about fighting. Let's talk about
this. Let's talk about this. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about. I want to talk to you about this. You've been training a lot with another big name in bare knuckle, Lorenzo Hunt. You were helping him with his camp for Hector Lombard. Is Lorenzo back down in Puerto Rico helping you out for this one, or is he gonna be?
He was here for the Julio camp too. He was here for
a week.
Yeah, he was here for a week, and he plans on coming sometime after this month. Hopefully, he can come in time because we want him to come in time and use him for sparring. We like having him come in, and because nobody spars like Lorenzo, so it's great sparring against him. Keeping a guy, if you keep a guy like that at bay, you can keep anybody at bay. And I've been pushing myself to just sharpen up my style. I'm not trying to be static and feel like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm good. I'll keep trying to just tweak my style and keep getting better and better. And I've been tightening the circle more, turning up the punch count, changing more, working the angles more, working sequences, and just being really tactful with which you have to be in bare knuckle, if you're really trying to be
Have the two of you guys known each other for a long time, or did you guys like when you were sparring in the Apollo Creed ring up in Belfast? Did you guys develop some sort of friendship right there, and it led into like hooking each other up?
When we sparred out there, that was like, yeah, we got to train together, you know, and that's when.
Okay.
But I the first time I met Lorenzo, we both lost that night. I lost the Palomino decision. He got caught by the Cuban assassin that the same night, you know. But we had been talking. We met each other, you know. That night, you know, we would talk, and we talked about training that night, you know. And after we did in Belfast with Tom, we had an awesome freaking sparring session in the ring. You know, it was pretty epic. And after that, we were like, hey man, we should train together, and we have been, and it's been good for us, you know. And especially, I mean, it helps me a lot, and it's just the fact that he was here with me for his training camp, and I was leading his training camp for his last training camp. Like we never really stopped training. Like, you know, it's what we do. You know,
it seems like you two, like you never stop training. Like
this is what we do. Like people fight and they go back to their normal life. You know, this is our normal life.
You guys are living that shit. I feel like every single day. And with Lorenzo, I see videos popping up all the time. Every day I wake up and there's a live video of him working out. Like I feel like I go online and you guys are always working constantly, always in that. And I'm always thinking to myself, like, yo, it looks so hot in that gym.
It's hot as shit. And Lorenzo's gym was hot as hell.
That gym now is so fucking hot.
Is the jungle camp like complete now? You got everything you need down there? I know you guys were building it over the last couple of years.
We're you know, right now, like, you know, the economy's been bad, you know, and we've just even our business has taken everything's inflate. It's been like hyperinflation. So, you know, I have obviously I don't make most of my money from fighting, because fighting it's hard to make like a living wage out of it. You know, once we get that belt, it'll be easier to make a living wage out of it and do something. But obviously, you have to have, you know, skills, and you have to have, you gotta have something to be able to sell. So, you know, but any kind of business right now, inflation is so high that, you know, it goes up on everything, and money's just worth less, and there's more.
Shit's
money
getting wild.
It is, chasing less stuff, and it's the way they're doing it. It's just like massive hyperinflation. It's really hard. It's like, I don't know how this like economy could even, especially for. It's not the same thing for like big businesses like Walmart, but for the middle guys like me, and they've been doing great for
the mom and pop shops, basically.
Yeah, we've been doing great for years, and. You know, this stuff has just been horrible but we're still working right now. I have to finish my house first. I can't build the house and the gym. I have my house done. I have the foundation done. I'm doing the floor now. The basement's already completely done. I have so we're building my house. My house will probably be built by the summer, and then after that it's the jungle camp, and we're already after this fight. We're gonna take some of the funds, and we're gonna erect the roof, because it's gonna be open style, like in Thailand. Yeah. It's like gonna be like in Thailand, where it's like open style. So we're gonna erect the roof,
nice.
And then we're gonna do the floor, because we have somebody that's gonna give us a deal. He's gonna give us the material to do it. We'll be able to do a down payment. So we're gonna get the roof done. We're gonna work on our houses, and then when the occasion comes and the opportunity presents itself, we're gonna finish it. But we're still out here training. We still got the jungle gym. You know, we still have our local training place here. We still have you know, Royal Boxing Gym that always helps us out. We got our people in combat. You know, we got friends all over that we train with, and the terrain and the environment and the coaching is, you know, we get plenty of work.
Now, while you were talking about the shitty economy and the inflation and all that, I laughed out loud. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at a comment. Here we go. Big Ben says, "Are you going to run up to the top of the mountain and scream for Kaleb?"
I like Lorenzo. Lorenzo already did it. He fucked me up, man.
Kaleb.
That was awesome, dude. I was like, I saw this in a movie once. I was like, it did not end well.
Yeah. Oh man. It must have felt pretty good for you being in his corner for that fight to watch him dominate that whole thing. Now, I'm pretty sure he won all 5 rounds of that fight. If I was going to give any round to Hector, which I am reluctant to, would be the 4th round. He had a pretty decent 4th round, but Lorenzo clearly knocked him down in the 1st round. I don't understand. I don't understand how he didn't get the knockdown in there. It should have been a 10-8.
Well, honestly, the ref didn't see it. He came back afterwards and he apologized. Like, dude, I didn't see it. He got knocked down. It was, you know, shit happens fast in the ring. You know.
Yeah. Because it was pretty clear. It was a clear knockdown on the replay, obviously.
And what's crazy is like he turned, boom, boom, and he went down.
Yep.
And it was obvious that he went down from the punch.
Oh yeah,
when it went down. But it is what it is. Yeah, and I know we were talking about Kaleb's fight and my fights, our last fights too. Last time before.
Yes, fighting boxers.
He fought highly experienced boxer. A lot of experience, and I fought Julio, was also experienced. He was OMB champion, he was IBF champion, he was a world champion. He was a really tough guy. For me, as far as the bare knuckle fighters that I fought, he was probably the best boxer, you know, and he still had that world-class conditioning. Like, he took care of himself.
That was a hell of a fight between the two of you.
Yeah,
he actually, because you know, a lot of the, I mean, I don't know. No, I was going to say a lot of the boxers that come over, like, they don't, you know, Chop didn't know what was coming.
Yeah, but you can see from looking at Chop, like, when you look at this guy, you're like, this guy's a fighter, you know?
Yeah.
And when I already seen him, we got in the bus together I gauge people before I even go in there. But when I seen him, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's a fighter, you know? And it takes a certain breed of fighter to be in this. And I always tell people, I've told you guys before, age is not like a huge defining thing unless you're just too old or you're starting too late. But if a guy like him who's already a world champion, I think he was like 26-2, and he already had that high level of conditioning. He could do easy. It's a fight, you know. He could easily do a fight. I think he was an excellent boxer. It was a great fight. I did exactly what I wanted to do. It's exactly what I wanted, a nice rough fight like that. I'm a bare knuckle fighter, so I'm willing to do anything. And I said earlier, Kaleb did great too with Finley.
Was that on the same night? Did you guys fight on the same
night? He fought right before I did.
Yeah,
I was in the back. Biloxi. I was in the back like this, looking through the fence. And I was like, man, he's fucking him up.
He was having his way with Derek Finley.
Oh man, and you know my coach is like, because you know Finley was supposed to fight with me, and then he wanted more money. You know,
Finley was supposed to fight you.
He was supposed to fight me first, and then my coach is like, he's lucky, man. You would have killed him. I'm like, you would have just ate him up. And I was like, because that guy just stood right there, like, and he did really good with Derek Finley, and he has improved a lot. But I'm not Derek Finley, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about Bandito. I'm ready to be the champion. I already beat Kaleb once. He has to beat me. I'm coming to
his town,
Mississippi, which I did my first fight in Mississippi. I got fans in Mississippi. I know it's his hometown, but you could say it's enemy territory and it's his home ground. He's gonna have to me it's perfect. It's a guy. He's coming back from his last loss was against me. He's coming back up the ranks. He's coming back with a vengeance. He's back at home. He's in his hometown, and I'm El Bandito. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna go all the way over there. And I'm gonna take my shit, and I'm grabbing my belt and I'm taking it home. You know, I'm gonna beat him again. I'm gonna beat him because you know Kaleb is good. But he's under the wrong impression that our last fight was a close fight because it wasn't a close fight. He let one judge, a blind judge, confuse him and made him think that it was a close fight when it wasn't. And
there's always that one.
He thinks that this is going to be a close fight. If this is going to be like the last fight, it's not going to be like the last fight. He's not the same guy that he was last time, but no, neither am I. You know, I'm gonna be a different version of myself that he's never seen before. I've been doing a lot of things. He's, he ain't got no sparring partners that can spar like me. You can't fight.
Let me ask you this, Elvin.
Uh,
This wasn't originally supposed to be you and him. It was supposed to be him and Julian Lane, and they were going to be putting on a 165.
Thanks to Julian Lane, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Can you explain to me this? Yeah.
He said he'd take you out to dinner.
Yeah, Julian gave you an early Christmas present. That's nice.
Fuck yeah.
Can you explain to me this? Why was the BKFC going in the direction of a tournament with Kaleb and Julian Lane, who is coming off a loss, and why were they going in that direction? How come you weren't in there? Why wasn't it just a you and Kaleb fight to begin with? And
it could have been me and Kaleb, right? I think I think the biggest fight would have been me against Joe, because I think people will. It's a dichotomy of styles. And people know us, and I think people would that could easily be a main event. Just me and Kaleb rematch is a main event because Kaleb, he's a fighter. His main opponent is, his main strength is his heart. He's got so much heart. His fight with Jim Allers. Jim hit him with everything. He fucking hit him with. He took the bathroom sink, smashed on his head, and Kaleb won the 4th round on all the judges' cards. I seen him win the 4th round. He's so tough, and if you can't let up on a guy like that, but it's not going to stop me from my trajectory.
So the other side, you think the other side of the tournament would have been you and Elmore, and then Lane and Kaleb.
Yeah, and that was going to be my second. That was going to be my second part of my question. Yeah. Was who were they talking about matching you up with in that tournament?
They were going to put me against the other side. They were going to put me against Tierney, but Tierney's fighting that night. He's just not fighting.
Really?
Yeah, Tierney's fighting.
He was going to be the 4th guy?
He's good. He needs to fight somebody else because he's not ready. Those British guys, they come over here thinking it's the same thing. It's not the same freaking party, bro. It's a different kind of party out here, bro.
What a weird tournament.
Yeah. So you're telling me
it's kind of a pointless tournament.
That makes zero sense. So they would take 2 clear-cut number 1 and number 2 guys, you and Kaleb, put him against Julian Lane coming off a loss, and you against Connor Tierney, who has no fights in the BKFC coming from BKB, and making it a tournament. That was the idea. That didn't.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to flesh it out or something. But it makes more sense to have a champion, because now we're gonna have a champion. Now we're gonna have somebody to go after me. Come after me. Come after me. You have all these guys when they're ready to come after me. They can come after me. Then when
I'm sure.
Come on.
I'm sure every single person who is a fan of BKFC or Bare Knuckle in general thinks that this fight should have been the fight in the beginning. There should be no fight. It's the same thing
from the jump, man.
They're making the same mistake they're making. And luckily, this kind of just fixed itself. They're making the same mistake with the women's division right now. Constantly saying we're going to have a friggin' tournament. We already know who should fight for the belt and who should fight after that. So what's the point of the tournament and talking about it over and over again? Just cut to the chase, right?
Yeah. Misfit,
Faria versus Britain. That's it.
Britain versus Misfit. Make the fucking fight and fuck a tournament, just like they should have made you and Kaleb from the jump.
Exactly. And it was like I said, it was Providence, and I'm thankful, and it's congratulations to Kaleb too, because we earned this shit. Like, and nobody's given this. Like, we should have had this already in the first place. So we're ready to get this championship fight out of the way, and then we'll move on to the next. It's a brand new year, so there's a lot of fights still yet to be done.
Are there any more fights officially announced for that card? I know that like they talked about Quentin Henry being on there. They talked about Connor Tierney being on there. There's a few other ones that I know about, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about.
No.
Bobo said he was going to be on there.
Yes, he did.
Have they announced any of these yet, or is it just you and Kaleb carrying the whole show?
They said there's names of guys that are fighting, but there's no matchups that I know of.
Did you see?
I heard of, but it's just probably a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just like hearing rumors. I heard that Joe Elmore might be fighting that all of a sudden on the card.
Who? Connor Tierney?
Possibly. I don't know. That would
another
be awesome.
one.
That's a good co-main event right there.
I saw one on Alan Belcher posted a picture of him and Quentin Henry and said, make enough noise and let the bosses know that I want to fight him on January 29th in Mississippi. Alan Belcher versus Quentin Henry would be another fucking banger on that card.
Yeah, but it's just weird, like, you know, just the way it's said. Like, is he have some sort of problems coming with a deal with BKFC? You know, like, cause he's like, hey, let the boss know, like, what's, you know, because it's Alan Belcher, and you know he's a businessman, so I know he's asking for a lot of money, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. So it would just be interesting to see what he's gonna do. I think it was impressive his debut against this highly experienced dude. It'd be good to see him fight again against anybody worth fighting. The division's pretty full. Him against Quentin Henry would be awesome, you know.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Ryan Jones is fighting that night. We know that. David Diaz is fighting that night also.
Oh yeah, see, there's a whole bunch of like awesome BKFC namesakes.
But who are they fighting?
You just don't know who the hell they're fighting. Are they fighting each other?
Bobo O'Bannon.
I mean, we'll fight each other. All these dudes, you know.
I know Bobo O'Bannon keeps saying he's fighting. He's like, oh, wait till you see the name I'm fighting. And then on the other hand, I keep seeing Mark Godbeer saying, I'm fighting soon. I'm just trying to get my shit straightened out. So I'm like, are they fighting each other?
I don't know. It's just a lot of people's rumors and you know.
What do you think?
Right now, all I know is what I'm focused on. One fight at a time. I got Kaleb Harris in front of me. I got a hungry Kaleb Harris in front of me, coming back with a vengeance, and you know, so that's what I'm facing right now.
What a Christmas present, huh?
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, Julian Lane did everybody a favor. We all know Julian. He is. If you look up the definition of a hothead, like loose cannon in the dictionary, that guy is right there, and his picture is right next to that.
And him against Kaleb would have been an interesting fight. You know, it would have been an interesting fight. And that fight, it was not a open and shut fight. You know, Kaleb could win that fight. You know, Caleb's shown improvement. You know, he's shown improvement. He's shown a lot more improvement. But that would have been a good fight too. But just the fact that never fought at 165 anyway, so it just makes sense. It makes sense for him to fight Mike Perry anyway. So like.
What do you think of the new crop of 165 or the new crop of 165ers that you got coming through your division now? So this is going to be awesome. You and Kaleb fight for the title. You get yourself a belt, and now you're sitting on top of that division, and you got guys like Ryan O'Reilly and Truck and Carson and Jordan Nash and Josh Sykes. There's like a whole new group of new names. Yeah, freshman. Yeah, that's got to get you excited. And on top of that, you still got Joe Elmore out there, and you got some other guys that have been around. But it's getting exciting. They're starting to build. Yeah.
Even Martin Brown could fight.
Martin Brown,
no, Martin Brown's and this is different MMA boxing. It's like reality. This is so real, you know. And a lot of these guys, they really think they know they got to handle on things. So we're gonna see if they belong here or not, you know. Because a lot of guys, they think they have a good beat on what they're getting themselves into till they're in there. They're trying to get the hell out real quick.
Of the names I just named, the Ryan O'Reilly and Chuck and Carson fight, Jordan Nash against Noah Cutter, Josh Sykes, I can't remember who he fought, Michael Stripling.
Yep.
Any of those fights, like which one were you the most impressed of, and which one of those guys could you see yourself maybe tussling with down the road?
All right. Say the fights. Say the names again.
So you had Ryan O'Reilly and Truck and Carson. That fight was insane. Jack Mr. T looking dude against the Aquaman looking guy.
Yes.
Then you got Jordan Sykes.
They like had the most extreme like first round ever, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was cool.
They beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, you were probably dancing around fucking.
Like, I was looking at it, I was watching it, I was like, damn, like they're just the shit out of each other. I was like, I mean, that's not what I would do, but I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. I mean, it's fun.
It looked like they threw like 400 punches between the two of them. I actually don't know what the count was, but it was nuts.
Yeah. It was wild. It was fun. That was like, there was so many in fighting. That event was good. There was a lot of exciting fights on that event, but that was good.
Yeah.
Who else?
You had Jordan Nash fighting Noah Cutter, and Jordan Nash was looking very good in that fight against Noah Cutter. He was beating Noah Cutter. but then he got that really nasty cut over his eye where his like eyelid flapped over.
Shit was silly.
But ignore the cut, the nasty cut. He showed some real promise out there. He was looking pretty good.
Close to 3-0.
Yep.
And then
I know all those guys. Yeah,
and the last one was Josh Sykes. Josh Sykes fought Michael Stripling.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Stripling's a GOAT guy, right? Is he a GOAT agency?
Yes.
Are you still GOAT?
Yeah, I'm a GOAT.
Yeah, you're still GOAT.
Yes, he is.
I was Scott's first guy. We would go before there was a GOAT. Before I had my first GOAT.
None are ready. I see Scott. Scott had said none are ready. Absolutely. We agree.
We agree. We're just talking about the future time.
I was gonna say they're doing good. A lot of those guys show a lot of heart, but this is bare knuckle, bro. This levels to this shit. This. It's gonna be a big jump coming over here. I'll tell you right now. So we'll see who's ready when they show up, but it's gonna take an elite level to compete at. It's not gonna be just, we're not gonna be banging it out. We're not gonna it's gonna be a serious methodical piecing you the fuck up, piecing you up. It's not gonna be. I'm not gonna stand in front of you. I'm not gonna stand and bang, and I'm not gonna try to be cool. I don't got nothing to prove. I'll hurt you and go home. I'm just gonna hurt you, let you run into my punches, and I'm gonna go home. I'm not there to get hurt for you. I'm there to hurt people. I hurt other people and then go home.
There's absolutely levels to this shit, and we already talked about you and Lorenzo training together, but I heard, are the Beltrans training with you too now,
they're coming down, man. They're coming down. They're gonna finish New Year with me, and then I wanted Joey I want to take advantage of Joey, even though not take advantage of him, but having Joey here because he's a juggernaut, and having a guy like that to spar with, even if I only spar with him once or twice. I
don't know if you want to call him
that. No pun intended.
The real juggernaut might show up and start smacking his belt.
No. I don't mean that. He's not the juggernaut. No, he's not the juggernaut. There's only one. There's only one juggernaut. There's only one Lorenzo Hunt. But he is a juggernaut. He's. I mean, in the world where he just keeps.
He just keeps coming forward.
He just keeps coming forward, and he fights with a lot of heart, and he's almost like a heavyweight version of Kaleb. Just and he's world class, and so it'll be good having him work, and it's just doing all this training. I'm hoping Lorenzo comes down here too. But doing all this training, all these guys know, they came out here, they trained with me. It's fucking hard by yourself, and I do it myself. I get up every morning by myself when I'm here, and it's been a while. It's been like 2 years, and there's always somebody here with me. But I'm doing the work because I'm already at this championship level of training and the conditioning, and I'm just going through the numbers through the training, trying not to hurt myself. I'm not trying to curve. I'm trying to just peak. And I've been training hard, I've just been sitting back, drinking, smoking, doing all types of shit, just relaxing. No, but I've been drinking. I've been like training real hard and trying to peak, and be ready for the championship. I'm ready for a championship fight. I could do 7 rounds if they really wanted me to.
Speaking about smoking, your shirt, you got the Malo.
I got the Malo, baby.
Is Malo going to be making an appearance in Puerto Rico again soon, or what?
He might, dude. He said he was going to show up for this training camp. He might show up, and he's threatening to show up at the fight. So you're gonna see him over there.
He's always around the corner somewhere.
Yeah. No, he's everywhere, man. He's always working.
Let me ask you, honest opinion. Do we see Brandon fight again? Like, he's been talking about, he calls everybody and their mother, he calls everybody out. He starts.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta stop calling it. I'm like, man, you call everybody out. It's like, are you ever gonna fight? What the hell? They're gonna let you fight or what?
He talks shit with everyone, and he usually wins these online battles, but then he picks a fight with somebody who could talk shit back, and Tony Loco Soto's been fucking him up on that.
Yeah, Tony got the smack talk. Yeah, he know how to throw down too.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's his thing. That's what he's doing. I would like to see him fight again. I don't know. Apparently he has some deals locked up for fighting next year. He's he's saying next year he's gonna be fighting again in February.
I think his problem has been where he kind of went off onto this thing where he's like, I'm not gonna fight just anybody. I need to fight a big name. People know who I am. And it's like I get what he's saying and what he wants to do, but I think ultimately if he did that, he is gonna end up losing. If he fights a big name, unfortunately, we know anything can happen. But let's be realistic. If he fights somebody that's a big name or something, he's gonna end up losing. It's gonna hurt his stock. He needs to fight somebody on his level.
I used to tell him, like, dude, I don't know what you're thinking. You should, you see some of these guys on there, you should fight some bum and beat him up and then have people complaining that you beat some bum and then it'll be more fucking scandalous.
Right.
Or just fight a couple bums, man. Get a couple wins
on you beat that guy because he was a bum, and then it's just set up a whole bunch of hype,
Build it up. Right.
Yeah, it can actually build it up with wins, and Brandon Lambert, he is a deceivingly hard punches, he's a hard hitting dude. It's just he doesn't, like I say, he's deceivingly just from the way he moved. You're like, this guy fucking can't do anything. He hit you, like, whoa, wait a minute. You can't let even it doesn't matter the skill levels. Some guys have no. I've sparred with heavyweights. I'm like, hey, is he any good? And he's like, hey, he's not that good, but don't let him hit you. He's gonna fucking knock you. He's gonna rock the shit out of you. So it's like some guys just have that power. Some guys don't have power like that. But you have to work it. You have to train. You have to work yourself up. There's levels to this. You can't just jump to the top level.
Big Ben says Malo.
Hey, that's what he needs to do. He needs to fight Dave Morgan, beat the shit out of Dave Morgan, and then whatever, man.
There are plenty of fights for him out there. That
plenty, but when Brandon goes online, when they announce that they signed Chad Mendes, and he says, "Let me welcome him to the BKFC." Brandon, relax, dude.
I'm like, no, I'm scared. I'm like, no, please.
This is Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes tussled with fucking Jose Aldo twice. You know what I mean? Conor McGregor. Fucking the who's who of the UFC have gone rounds with this dude. I don't know if you should be, welcoming him to the BKFC.
Yeah. I mean, is he fighting in Knuckle Mania?
Yes, they said he
supposedly yes. And this is what makes me worried.
I'll be in Knuckle Mania. Oh yeah, I'll be there.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we're hoping to get there. That's when we need to get to.
Oh yeah.
What me and Mike were talking about, and like what we're fearing is because I consider Martin Brown a friend of ours now, because like multiple events we've hung out with him. We've had him on the show. Martin's an awesome dude, and they said that Bobby Taylor fight was a title eliminator. So he goes and he beats Bobby Taylor fair and square, puts on a show. Martin Smash Brown we've been saying is the dark horse of the 155 division now for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that Palomino is going to end up fighting fucking Chad Mendes. I know that Chad Mendes said, I don't want to go right into a title fight. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I will fight a few people and then give me a title shot. But just timeline lines up.
If it's offered and money is right, it's going to happen.
The timeline
it would suck for Trey because he's been working,
Right.
He's been busting his ass. He's getting the wins,
Right.
He'll probably get the winner. I mean, they didn't say who he would fight. They just said title shot, right? And they put Palomino in the ring, but you never know.
Yeah, it's just with the timeline. I don't know if the timeline really lines up for Trey to be fighting him in February, which tells me if, Palomino's ready, they'll throw him right in there. I mean, I don't know. It's a huge name fight.
Is Trey going to be ready is he going to be ready for February?
Not sure.
I don't know.
We asked, and they're just not positive, hoping. They're very, very hopeful. So
they're hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a long time to heal sometimes, especially hand injuries,
Scott says Palomino and Martin are fighting. He says right there.
I hope so. I mean, that's
you know who else was fighting, Scott? Kaleb Harris and Julian Lane. They were fighting too.
They were. Now they're not though.
Well, I really hope they do.
Now, baby. Getting that damn belt.
Yeah,
I really do.
We cannot wait to see this fight with you. January 29th. Everybody tune in, get the app. I thought I threw your referral code up here. Maybe I didn't. I thought I had it in there, but Go on Elvin's Instagram page. He's got the link for his referral code. Get the fucking app. Buy the fights.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who else is on the card right now because nobody's allowed to know except for
There's
Elvin
some
Brito, and
names.
he's not telling us.
I'm not telling nobody.
All right, so let's throw your sponsors up on here. Let's do a speed round with you, and we'll let you get going because you gotta grab a goose under your arm and run up a hill.
You see the goose?
Yeah,
I was just messing around.
That's fucking awesome, man. I was telling Mike, I'm like, man, this guy's always doing something down there. He's always like running up a mountain. He's got a goat over his shoulders. He's got a goose under his arms. He's
living the life, dude. I love it out here, man. It took a lot of work, and there's still a lot of work to be done. You know, and it's a road that has to be walked. You know, and it's sacrifice that has to be made. I'm building myself up for it, so I'm really ready for this fight. I know Kaleb's gonna be ready, so I'll can be ready. He's gonna be facing a champion when he fights 29. So let's do it.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. I can't wait. Let's do some questions with you real quick. Here we go. Yeah. Number one, if you had to move out of Puerto Rico, where would you move to?
I don't know.
You gotta get out. You gotta get out.
You gotta get out. You gotta go.
You're wanted. Most wanted man.
Like going back to go back to Joliet, Illinois. He's like just going back to somewhere I know. It's like my second home.
Okay. Just go to where you know people. That's all.
Yeah, that's all my people, man. I could walk the streets from east to west side. We've done it, you know. We got connections everywhere, you know. Friends in high places, friends in low places.
All right. Number two.
What is your favorite thing to do outside of training?
Outside of training, just
because you're always training. I don't feel like you do anything else but train. That's the only thing I see you do.
Nah, I haven't been training. I was gonna wait till after the holidays to start training. I was just kind of been sitting back and relaxing.
Yeah.
Just smoking and drinking.
Yeah, I was like, just smoking, hanging out. You know, I figured after the holidays we'll start kicking back in.
Yeah. Number three. Tell us a wild story from your high school years.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this shit.
Oh, we do.
All right, I'll tell you one. All right, hopefully it's not too long. All right, so I got a call.
We got all the time in the world.
I always wondered like how would be like the other guys telling this story because I didn't even know who the guys were. But when I have one of my high school buddies and his brother called me, he's like, "Hey, they're trying to jump my bro. Like when he gets out of work, they're trying to." All these dudes are trying to jump him, right? So it's one of my homies from high school. So we're like, all right, we're gonna go over there. And for some reason, I like brought this ninja sword that I had. I don't know why the fuck I brought the damn ninja sword, right? So we're the damn ninja sword, right? We're waiting in the parking lot, and my buddy
in a sheath, you sheath that shit, you pull it out.
You're up there like Kill Bill with the fucking
check this shit out, bro. I'm trying not to laugh. So, my buddy comes out of this work. As soon as he comes out, there's like 8 dudes, just black dudes, just jump him, just come right towards him. And as they're getting close to him, I jump out of the car and I freaking pull the sword out. And you know what?
Yeah, he did it.
Like, yeah, I pull the sword out. It's at night. We're like in a it's not Walmart. It's like a Publix. It's like a not Publix. It's like a kind of like a Walmart parking lot with the halogen lights, you know. Mm-hmm. So like I pull the sword out. I'm like, hey, I pull the sword out, and the sword's like sparkling in the fucking air and shit, you know,
blinding people.
Turn around. I was like, hey, the guys, stop, turn around, look at me, and they're like,
this motherfucker's got a sword,
right? And they're like, Elvin, and I had no idea who these guys were. Like, right, but they knew who I was for some reason. So they look at me and they're like, Elvin? They're like, oh, holy shit, we don't want no problem with you, bro. And I had no idea who these guys was, but like as soon as they said that, it was like do or die. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, you're gonna have to apologize to my buddy and shit. And like you apologize right now. So I'm like pointing the ninja sword at everybody.
You
on your knees.
Oh, dude.
Right. So they all apologize. We leave. He comes back my buddy called me the next day. He's like, bro, they came back the next day again. and they apologized again. They're like, dude, we're so sorry. Like, we don't
You're
want
talking like a full length, like Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles katana fucking sword.
Yeah,
it wasn't
That you
katana,
buy from
it was-
like one of
it
those
was
stores in the mall.
It's one of those ninja swords that's like it's like a katana with the curve cut. It's just a straight edge, armor piercing edge, you know. And dude, I pulled that fucking thing out, and everybody freaked out. And they knew who I was. And dude, when they said my name, it was like lightning bolts. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. Just might as well just double down, you know, like just go all the way, you know. It worked out.
Man.
That was a wild one. That was fun.
Yeah,
I just imagine them telling the story, you know. Like, I would pull out with a ninja sword. You know,
the Elvin Brito came out with a samurai sword, and we took him and beat the fuck out of him.
He jumped out of a Honda Civic with a goddamn katana.
Bro, yeah, like 85 freaking Mirage. He pulled up.
He didn't do shit.
They probably really like embellished the story too. They're like he was like swinging it around.
It was like 10 dudes.
And then like stopped in like a fucking Jet Li pose and was like, "You apologize to him."
Yeah, but it worked out. Thank God. I didn't kill anybody.
Jesus, you could have fucking sliced some people up.
Oh yeah, it could have been bad. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I'm just glad, you know, I don't know how the hell I never went to jail. You know?
That shit is hilarious, man.
Well, I mean,
all my friends went to jail.
Fucking stab anyone? Did you fucking cut anyone's head off or something?
No, I never tried to.
They were like, hell no, we're not. This dude could be in our bushes tomorrow night when I leave my house. Like, fuck that shit.
The ninja. He's a goddamn ninja.
Ninja story.
Perfect story. That's a perfect story. That's what we wanted to look for.
That's
Number 4. Go ahead, Mike.
If you didn't become a fighter, what would you be doing for work? Now you said you do some other stuff, but what would you really want to do if you weren't a fighter? If that wasn't like your main goal?
Well, you know, when I was young, I always wanted to be a cook. You know, and I did cook in a restaurant. It was a good restaurant, and I learned a lot of cooking stuff. And I ended up quitting my cooking job to fight full time. You know, so probably would be cooking.
There you go.
You know,
you make your own menu. Put your own menu together, start a restaurant.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Gordon Brito.
Hey, you never know. One day, maybe you open up a restaurant somewhere in Puerto Rico or in the States or something, and you have all your hometown shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like Rocky's restaurant in fucking Philly, man. You got all the boxing paraphernalia. You open once you retire after winning a few titles and all your medals and shit, you got a fucking restaurant with all this fucking.
No, but we're talking about opening a restaurant. Like if you ever ate at my house or you ever met my mom and ate at her house, like, you know, we could open up a restaurant, have people pay to eat that. We could, you know, we've actually been thinking about doing something like that, like a deli. So that's actually something we might do in the future.
What's the best thing you cook?
Dude, I cook all types of stuff. I mean, rice and
what's number one?
I mean, it depends on what you want. I mean,
what do you cook? And you're like, this shit.
I like Puerto Rican food. You know, like I have the rice, beans, and chicken, and, you know, rice, beans, and fried chicken. And I'll just make like a pollo encebollado or something like that. It usually comes out good, like onion chicken with rice and beans, red beans. It's really good. I have like a little salad on the side with some, you know.
My third deployment. So my third deployment, I spent a lot of time in a truck with. It was me, and then Carmelo Gonzalez, Rivera Cruz, Montez, and Cisco Figueredo.
Whole bunch of
four Puerto Ricans and me, right, in this car. So like they were teaching me all kinds of shit, and they were telling me about all kinds of stuff, and like they actually got me a flag to hang in my truck too. So I had a Puerto Rican flag hanging in my truck at all times, even when they were not in. But they were like they were teaching me about mofongo, right? Mofongo.
Mofongo is shit,
yeah. But I must have got some bad mofongo when I went down there.
You told me that it was bad, dude. And I'm not gonna lie, especially would you be surprised because in that San Juan area, you know, where the tourist area, I've had some really bad dishes there, you know.
So maybe that's what it was. I was in Old San Juan, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you gotta know where you're going, man. You know, you know.
So RC Rivera Cruz, RC we call her. You know what, RC, and tell me this can't be is it a Puerto Rican thing? This girl used to eat all the fucking time pork chops with white rice and lettuce. That was her fucking go-to.
White rice and lettuce. Well, yeah, over here they do like ensalada, you know, which is like a little bit of lettuce and tomatoes, you know, with the rice and beans. And she probably don't like beans, so she just does the white rice with but Puerto Ricans eat rice and beans every freaking day, bro. I love it. I'm like, I want rice and I'll be mad because I can't get rice and beans every day.
But it creates chichos and nalgas, right?
Unless you're working it, you know. Unless you're working it, you gotta work it.
All right. Last question here. Here we go. In a boxing match between yourself and Jake Paul. I know Jake Paul's a little bigger than you, but
he's fucking huge, dude.
What's he? He's like 180.
195.
195.
Fuck, it's like Quentin Henry. Oh, he's only like 195. Like, what?
Okay.
But I think he's like 195.
You and Jake, skill for skill, boxing in a boxing match. What would be the outcome?
It'll probably fucking be a decision because he ain't nobody knocking me out, dude. You gotta be, unless you get fucking lucky and just hit me around the fucking spot.
What did I tell you, Mike?
Yes, you said that exactly.
Elvin said I will just work him the whole fight. I said this will be his answer. I'll just work him the whole fight and I'll win by decision because he couldn't fucking beat me technically.
Yeah, no, I'll just keep fucking touching him up. Boom, boom. If it was bare knuckle, he'd be all pieced up by the end of it, you know. But
hey, he's 6'2".
He's 6'2".
He's 6'2".
He's big, dude.
76-inch reach.
Well, he weighed 195 against Woodley, though. That's what he weighed in.
I think he weighed 190.
No
I don't know if he weighed that for that fight.
He's huge.
I'm looking, but they don't have the weights.
I've seen how big he was.
So.
Tyron Woodley looks smaller than him.
Woodley looks.
Oh, small. Woodley was way smaller than him. Yeah.
Sure. What was your thoughts on that? Are you one of the people that say it's a fix, or like us? We there's no way that was fixed. Like, if Woodley wouldn't take a fucking shot like that and get knocked unconscious on a fix. No, I don't think so. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, there's always a wild possibility that it was fixed, but he looked like he just got caught right on the freaking button, standing flat-footed. You know.
Yes, he fought at 185 and a half.
A lot of MMA guys, wrestling guys, and you see it in bare knuckle. It's a deadly mistake. They put their weight on their front leg, you know, so you're just loaded when you get hit, and you just like bang, you know, and you get people get just because it's weight, you know. So he just flat-footed, weight on the front leg, and Jake Paul just you know, and you can see the
hammered,
the sweat lights, boom, exploded off his freaking head. I mean, it looked real. I mean,
it surprised me. And I think it surprised
Jake. You don't take a punch.
I don't know, man. Like, this shit looked real to me.
It seemed like it surprised him because after, it surprised me. I was like, oh shit, because it was kind of a boring fight, and I feel like Jake he even kind of admitted at the end, like he hurt his. Did he say he pulled a muscle on his arm or something? And he also said that he just didn't feel right. But it was a very slow fight compared to the first one. But then all of a sudden, when he hit him, I feel like Jake Paul, he didn't just right away run away. He kind of stood there and looked at him, took a couple steps, and then realized, oh shit, I knocked him the fuck out. And then he jumped on the ropes. I feel like he was a bit surprised by it.
Yeah, it was like a shock to everybody. He was like, oh shit, knocked him out. It was a highlight reel knockout, you know. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying something like that.
He was 191, by the way.
I'm not saying something like that couldn't be staged, but I mean, that looked like a real punch to me. I mean, if I had to pick, was that real or not, I would see why that wasn't real. I watched it a couple times, and I was like, he folded caught like that. The way he got hit, you know, and his hand dropped, and his weight's on his front leg.
Yeah, he did that fall where it looked
6'2", big ass dude. Big ass rich white dude. All he does is train. He's rich. He doesn't have to do anything.
Yep.
Right. He's got that Disney money.
He folded in half and almost fell on top of his head. Like he did one of those scary fold in half.
Yeah, he can get hurt really bad like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We saw it this year. We saw it this year in the Kleckler fight. That fall.
That one was weird though, man. When that one happened, when it happened. And I've been fighting for shit, man. You know, like fucking 2 decades almost. You know, and I've never seen anybody land on their head like that.
Yeah,
he dove. He was like, you know,
that was on the same card that you and Kaleb fought on, right?
Yeah, on the same card.
Yeah, that's all the same night. Holy shit, man!
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened that night. That was very unfortunate. You know.
Yep.
For sure, for sure. Elvin, you're always a pleasure to have on the show. We could talk to you for hours. Thank you for giving it a second shot with the connection.
I'm glad I tried. You
are the man.
A little bit, and you're gonna see me, man. I've been working a lot on just having you. When I first started doing bare knuckle, I did it just for the money, I thought I was gonna do a one and done thing, and then it wasn't until when I got knocked out by Jim Allers, I was like, dude, I got a lot. I didn't get to fight, so I was like, fuck, I could do the bare knuckle and get paid for it, and I was still wanting to do it and get paid for it, but it's not like that anymore. And we're still right now. I'm fighting to be the champion, so I could build my future, so I could. I have a lot of things riding on this trajectory that I'm building, and I've been building myself up to be able to fight a championship fight. And with Julio Garcia, I try to prove that I'm willing to do anything to win. I'll push you around. I've been closing the circle more and more lately. But I'm going in there I'm getting that belt. I'm trying to get that belt. And if you're gonna be the champion, you have to have that presence. And I've been working on making sure that my conditioning, my power, everything reflects the level that we're bringing for this fight. So we're gonna be ready. You guys get yourself Bandito.
And all your work, like it really is. You are, like you said, you started for the money, but now you're leaving a legacy on the sport. Guys, when this sport is 20 years old, 17 years from now, and they look back at the early days, they're going to talk about you and Lorenzo and Joey Beltran and Arnold Adams. These are like the guys who paved the way for this sport, which is one of the biggest in the world now. So
it's a lot of work, but I'm fighting because there's still a lot of work to be done, and I want to work more. So I'm ready, man. I'm gonna be over there, and I'm gonna be really nasty. I'm nastier and nastier every fight. I come out there and just do my thing, and I'm just gonna. It's all or nothing. Last time me and Kaleb fought, it was all or nothing, and it's the same way again this time around. We're both on different stages, and we're gonna bring it. It's gonna be an awesome fight at home for him, and it's for me back in Mississippi. I love Mississippi. I want to take his crowd. I want them to cheer for me. So I'm going out there and I'm gonna bust my ass. So
it's awesome, man. You guys have both absolutely earned this title shot. Congratulations on getting the title shot, and we look forward to seeing you on January 29th. Unfortunately, Mike and I will not be able to make it this event because we have military obligations that weekend.
Yes, we do.
We always goddamn do. It's like they make our training schedule, and they're like
I was fighting. You guys can't.
Yeah, they're like, yo, no. You know what they do? They're like, yo, pull up the barenukle.tv real quick. Let me see what their event.
Impossible. We don't know about the events till like 2 weeks before.
I'm just kidding.
We know about the events, just not the fight.
It just doesn't. It always just lines up that way, man. It's crazy.
I'm glad I got my fight announced. I knew I was fighting. They had me on the video. On the last event, they had a little clip of me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's confirmation right there. And
Scott Farley could not fucking hold that back. He wanted that shit out there quick, but he kept putting little hints out.
Yeah. And when that poster changed, I didn't flinch, bro. I'm
ready to go.
Yeah.
I could tell he was souped up. He was putting shit out there. I could tell he was souped. Something was gonna happen.
Yeah, he's trying to work it. I'm gonna let Scott work his thing because it makes sense.
Where was Scott during the BKFC Tampa event? Was he ringside in Julian Lane's ear like, I bet you won't throw these cards at him?
Right.
I bet you won't go over there and call Mike Perry platinum pussy right to his face.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard he had a mouthpiece and everything, dude. Like he was ready.
What?
I heard he put the mouthpiece. All right. I'm not talking shit. I'm not saying it. That's what I heard. I heard that he was like,
God.
Check this out. Like, floop.
He had a cup too.
No
Dude,
way.
That's when you like turn around and run. You're like, man, fuck that.
Everyone's sitting in the crowd, and Julian's got a thing of Vaseline, and he's like, Vaseline.
He's like, no, I'm out of here.
What are you doing, Julian? What are you doing? No, I'm in the middle of something right now.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry about it.
Dan Mergliot is actually out there.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. All right, man. Well,
What a
you know
manager, Scott.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe you did that. That's great.
Yeah, much love,
that is
brother.
that is management 101, motherfuckers.
My boy. Yes, that's my boy. Yeah, man. Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? We got your sponsors at the bottom there. You can go ahead and say some final words. I'll let you get up out of here.
No, it's just thanks to you guys. I know it's been a freaking long ass show. It's 11:30 over here now.
We
But
love it.
it's good. Yeah, it's good talking to you guys, man. And I can't wait to do this fight. I've been, like I said, I'm just training. We still haven't peaked, and I'm going out there to give the best performance of that I can give, something new. I'm not trying to do the same thing that I did last time, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
There we go. Well, we always appreciate your conversations. We dressed really nice for you tonight.
Yeah, you guys are sharp. I got my Mala shirt, baby.
Yeah, Mike's got his Argyle Patriots sweater on there. Thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for giving us so much of your time tonight. And
I appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, you guys, it's all good, man. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you after the fight. We're gonna get those belts. When I get those belts, what's up? Yeah, we gotta do a special report.
Don't slam the belt on the ramp, okay?
No, hell no. I'm not Lorenzo, man. Lorenzo, he's doing his thing. That's his thing. That's his trajectory, and that's what he does. And Lorenzo, he's a very dedicated. Lorenzo's not stupid. He's not ignorant. Okay, he's very dedicated, very calculating in what he's doing. And and I told him, I'm like, hey, Lorenzo, I talked to coach, and we're not for this kind of behavior, but you're doing a great job. We like what you're doing. Just keep doing this fucking head.
That's great.
Because it was working, so. But that's Lorenzo. I'm not Lorenzo. I'm not any of this. I'm not. I'm Elvin. That's I have my own style, my own approach, and I'm a professional. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna do my work, and I'm gonna come home with my kids. Use my 5 balls.
Well, enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the new year, and then get right into the training there with Lorenzo and the Beltrans, and fucking go get yourself a belt.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rest for the next couple until the end of the year, and then we'll start over.
There you go. All right,
hey, buddy, I'll see you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Take it easy.
All right, there he is, the bare knuckle Bandito himself. That guy's fucking awesome, man. Thanks, and shout out to him for coming back. Yeah, it's really hard when you're doing these live shows and you get the choppy internet, dude. Mm-hmm. That's like the ninja sword.
We held on for a little bit longer than usual because it was Elvin. We tried to hold on, but sometimes we just take them off. We've learned just take them off, have them come back, whatever. But I'm glad he came back. That was great. We got a nice show out of it.
Yeah,
Logan Weaver was wonderful.
Yeah, she's great. Can't wait, dude. I really can't wait till that Cage Wars event. We've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on a lot of the fighters that are going to be on that card. We talked to Corey Norman. We talked to Logan now. Between now and January 21st, I'm sure we'll get, another handful of Cage Wars fighters on here. Yep. Should be a blast. And then a week after that, we get to sit down in front of our TVs. Maybe we do a fight campaign. No, we got drilled, but we could probably still do it. We could still do it. Maybe we'll do a fight campaign. If you guys like that, what we did on the last one, maybe Mike and I will get Joey Miggs back on there, and we'll have a little conversation during the Jackson BKFC event. Yeah.
Sounds great. If he's down to come back on, we get this thing. We got a couple other guests on there too, and we'll do this. I had an awesome time the last time we did it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing another one.
Hell yeah. And we did not do a student out of the week this week. I'll be honest with you, it's like it's a short week because of the holidays, and I started a new job on Monday. So all week long I've been doing my getting to know my new job and my new guys and stuff. So I just didn't have time. But I'm sure there's a bunch of student outs out there that we could have talked about.
Yeah. Real quick, we have some people that have been watching tonight. Before we get out of here, Kyle, because you have anything else to say before we get out? Just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. We had Planet Hank. Hank was in here. Merry Christmas, Hank, Scott Farley, Jules Gray, Megan, Joe Ivy, Carrie. Yep. Carrie Banton. Yep. Scott Burt just said Merry Christmas, boys. Elvin Brito, Merry Christmas. Monica, Merry Christmas.
Monica in there. Yeah, it's thank you guys.
Sharks Adam, Joe Ivy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and guys, I don't know if you missed the beginning of the show. We have officially done 60 episodes on Wednesday night and now 40 episodes on Thursday nights, not to mention all the other like specials that we've done. This would officially be our 100th episode in the last year. We have been doing this show for a year and about a year and a month. So like 13 months, 100 episodes with your boys, Mike and Mish. What the fuck, man?
Plus some specials.
All
the interviews events, at the live events.
This is it. So you guys all have the best time you can with your families. Merry Christmas. And we will talk to you next week. We'll get some guests together. We haven't really booked anybody for next week because, like I said, it's the holiday season and it's been a little hard to getting a hold of people.
And boopy doo and dippity da.
And it's the holiday season and woody doo
dippity da.
And don't forget
to hide the elf on the shelf. Whatever.
Don't forget to clean up the fucking wrapping paper.
Yeah,
Mike.
Failure.
We had a student out of the week nominee, and it is by Joe Ivy. I nominate Ben as student out of the week. We will say we cannot call him the student out of the week, although he did make that bonehead bet with me back in the day, and
correct.
He makes a lot of
student out of the year,
but he is the student out of the year. Okay, that's it. All right, guys. Merry Christmas, and we will talk to you next week. What do you say, Mike?
I say peace.
Peace.